So this video will help you finish the group work problems that we started in class. I'm going to just go through some of the answers. Here is the Venn diagram problem, and pretty basic one. There's some rounding involved. The one that you may not recognize is B, and that's called expected value. We'll do more of that in the next unit, especially, but when you know the percent, you multiply times how many there are to figure out what you would expect to get. It's percent of that value. Okay, so pretty basic tree diagram where you multiply through the trees. Both hit the target would be 0.8 times 0.7. Both miss the target would be right here, multiplying through the tree. Jiri hits, but Benita misses. That'd be following this path. And Benita hits, but Jiri misses. So that would be Jiri missed, Benita hit, 0.24, 0.8 times 0.3. So just no conditional probability there. Okay, so go to this next one. Remember that every branch has to add up to 1. So each of those fills in. And they tell you the 0.99 by way of this 0.01. And you could tell this is 0.05. And then multiply through the trees to find the answer we need to find. It says complete tree diagram, find the probability that a package arrives. So it arrives here and it arrives here. So you add those two together. Again, this is a partially filled in tree diagram. You fill in the rest by subtracting from 1. It says find the probability that Nikita wins a match. So there's two places. She wins a match on grass there, and that's 0.14, and she wins a match on not on grass, 0.15. So add them together, make sure don't round anything till the very end. My Sunday only a little sad because the day before is a Saturday. There's your answers. You can check that. So the first one, and then there's the second one. So the conditional probability, given that his motorbike starts, what's the probability his car also starts? It's a probability that both of them start divided by the probability that the car starts. So the both would be this path, and the total probability that his car or that the motorbike starts would be this path and this path. So 0.48 and 0.12. And when you use your calculator, you need to either use parentheses or simplify that first. So given his car does not start, again, car does not start at either one of these spots, right here and right here. And you can just use 0.2, but it's 0.12 plus 0.08. I like to use both because occasionally there's a problem that switches it around. And then the numerator is just the path that the car doesn't start and the motorbike does. So it's the 0.12. It's always one of those two at the bottom. Again, similar type thing, subtracting from 1. You start to see patterns in some of these problems. The probability that she'll be late for work. Can't see that 1 doesn't show up, but it's the two conditions added together. So make sure you check to see if there's more than one condition. Lots of probabilities there. So on this passes, again, there's this route where you pass and this route where you pass. And often this answer is the denominator in the given that. So given that it passes, which we just found, what's the probability it came from supplier D? Supplier D is right here. So that's where that number comes from. And then find the expected number of strawberries that would fail. So the probability that you would fail has two routes. It has this route right here and this route right here. So you find that probability, multiply it by how many there are, and that would tell you an expected number of failures. Let's skip past that one. So the answer for your homework, the last page of the homework is on Canvas. I would check it. And then when you do the quiz, make sure you pay attention to the directions for rounding. And if there is a rounding direction, if not, you give it exact.